The Joy Perspective, the podcast where I share life's challenges, things I've learned through years of personal development, and help others shift their perspective and find their joy. I'm Lauren Valdez, and together we'll dive into how changing the way we think can unlock possibilities, spark creativity, and transform the everyday. Let's dive in. Purpose, awareness, and intentions. Have you ever thought to yourself, I really wish I lived my life with a little bit more purpose or a little bit more intentionality or awareness about even my actions and my thoughts throughout the day? So today I want to talk about, and I'm kind of hoping this will be a short one, so it's something that you can listen to maybe once a week, maybe once a month to help you really start to shape your intentions and your awareness about your everyday life. So to start, let's talk about awareness versus autopilot. I'm sure many of us can relate to this. We're doing life. We're doing, getting the kids ready in the morning and getting them to school and then starting our work or whatever it is. And we get to the end of the day and we're like, oh, where did all the time go? Or, wow, my day was a blur. And part of that is because we don't have the awareness throughout our day. We're kind of on autopilot. We're going through the motions. We're doing our daughter's hair in the morning, grabbing the bow, putting it in her hair, filling up their water bottles and sending them off to school. And from the time you woke up to the time you got your kids off to school, you're like, it's all a blur. So autopilot keeps us stuck in our routines without thinking about why we're doing them. Versus living with purpose means we're being aware of our actions and decisions and how they align with our values. So the difference between awareness and autopilot, I personally, in hearing these, awareness is what I want, right? I want to be aware of my actions, my decisions, my choices throughout the day and not be like, well, that was a blur. And I'm like guilty of this. But these are some things that you can do to really bring awareness to your day. So first, you can set daily intentions. So when you get up in the morning and you even just open your eyes for the first time, coming up with a statement for your day of what your intentions are has been a really good way for me to focus, to be aware, and to bring purpose to the things that I'm doing. And so it could be as simple as today I will approach my work with patience, or I will approach my work with focus even. But set that intention for the day. And I like to actually think about this in almost like 3 parts, if you will. I like to think about it for my intentions for my kids, my interactions with my kids. I like to think about my intentions for my work. And then I like to think about my intentions as a family as a whole. So this could look like I will be intentionally present with my kids while getting them ready for school. I will be intentional in my work today by getting this, and this done. Sometimes it's a list for me. Sometimes it's my intentions are to complete this, and this. Today I will approach my family from a grateful and excited approach. I know sometimes at the end of the day, after my kids have come home and I've finished up my work, sometimes I am just beat for the day and I'm like, yep, all right, we'll try again tomorrow. But if I have that intention of like, no, I'm grateful for this time I get with my family, it makes me really want to do that game night with them or game time. One of the things I'd like to do is right after dinner, just pull out like Guess Who and play a 10 to 15 minute game with my kids. That time together really sets I have to be really intentional with that time. And it has been so much fun. Like my kids really look forward to it. We've gone through a lot of games. If you need games for younger kids, I will tell you mine are 6 and 8 and like 3 up, 3 down. Incredible. Guess Who is one we really like. There's a game called Trash. My goddaughter sent me I think it was a reel or a TikTok or something like that of it, and it is really fun. So I'm sure there's a ton of, there's like the stacking one too, but I don't know the name of that one. But be intentional. Be intentional, set your daily intentions. And then what's cool is if we do start going through kind of the autopilot phase of our day, use that intention that you set in the morning to be your North Star, to bring back awareness of like, wait, no, I'm going to be intentional and I'm going to get these things done, or I'm going to be intentional and I'm going to spend that time with my family. That has truly, truly helped. Another thing is make sure that your actions are aligned with your goals. If your actions are not aligned with your goals, and will tell you that hearing the words like goals or values, sometimes I start to overthink that. And I'm like, well, I need a clear cut list of my goals and my values of right now. And it's no, in your life what you want, set some goals toward that, and then make sure your actions are meeting those. So instead of just, reacting to things, you can then prioritize. You're not just reacting to the things that are happening. You're not just on that autopilot, but instead you prioritize things and those actions get done to get you towards your goal. Even small choices, like the smallest ones, the smallest actions, for example, what you do on your lunch break. Right? If you are working, but you also have a little side hustle and you want to post whatever it is, well, spend the first 5 to 10 minutes of your lunch getting those actions done and taking steps towards your goal. Then you have the whole rest of your lunch to eat your lunch, to relax. But it's small choices like that and small actions that will help us get closer to our goal and bring meaning to just the day-to-day. Mindfulness transitions between tasks and between like focuses. So you guys, this is one that's really, really hard for me. And I've had to like really, some days I'm great at it, some days I'm not so hot. So this is one that I want to emphasize is really, really important. And it will take some awareness and take some work on your part. And that is when I am shutting off work. And I used to do this when I was in person teaching and then coming home. My drive home was this mindfulness transition of like, I have poured into my students, I have given them my all, and now I'm switching gears. Now my kiddos need me. They need that mom who's going to be present. And even though I'm tired, even though I'm whatever, that is my time with my kids. And I would try to be very mindful of switching. And now that I work from home, this gets a little bit harder. Sometimes it's like, oh, but I could just squeeze in another half hour and get a little bit further on this project I'm working on. And sometimes I have to just like, no, I am shutting my office door and I'm going to go be with my kids. And it was this mindfulness transition of like saying those words to myself that really helped me pause for a few seconds in between the activities of work and the activities of being a mom. Those mini mindful moments or transitions, I should say, will help you from opening back up that office door to go finish another 30 minutes of it. You set your intentions in the beginning of the day. You make actions towards your goals throughout the day, and then you have these mindfulness transitions that allow you to stay in line with those intentions that you did. Okay, you guys, the power of reflection and just being aware can really become a negative self-talk. So I'm going to speak to both sides of this. It is so important at the end of the day for you to reflect back on your intentions and your actions and the things that you did, even if it's 5 minutes after you've brushed your teeth, while you brush your teeth, even brush your teeth and just be thinking through these things, or laying in bed for the first 5 minutes and just think, did I fulfill the intentions that I had for today? And the second part of this is don't beat yourself up if you didn't, but use it as a learning experience to then pivot for the next day. Give yourself grace. You guys, there are days when I fail with my intentions of being fully present with my kids and doing X, Y, and Z with my kids. And I lay in bed and I go, okay, that means I need to be even more intentional tomorrow and prioritize that. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up. If you're a mom, you know that mom guilt, lay it on thick on us, right? But let's stop guilting ourselves. And you know what? There's nothing we can do. We can't turn back the clocks. We can't change the time. We can only use it to fuel our intentions and our actions in the future. And so let's bring that purpose, that intentions, that awareness to tomorrow. Living with purpose creates joy in your life. It does. And the whole reason I thought about doing this episode was the tasks that we do in our jobs. Okay. Let's say you work for a fast food company and your job is to slice the onions. And we go to work. And if we have this intentions of, you know what? I'm going to go to work. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to do what I need to do. You're almost like joyful. Yeah, I'm sure you don't love cutting onions, but you go in with this sense of like, this is what my job is and this is what I'm going to fulfill. Versus if we just go in and we're an autopilot and you're just like, cutting those onions, right? You lose out on the joy that is there. It transforms our thinking in the day-to-day. It transforms our thinking in writing the course outline that I have to do. If I go, you know what? I'm going to do this. This is what I've been tasked to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to conquer this. Let's go. I feel the sense of joy. I feel the sense of energy inside of me to complete it. Do I want to do it? Maybe not. But I am mindful, I am aware, and I am purposeful in the day-to-day things that I'm doing. So last thing I want to do is just recap for you some of these things. So switch from autopilot to awareness. Set your daily intentions, whether it's 1, whether it's 3, whether it's 5. They say it helps if you write it down too. I like to lay in bed and think about it before I even get up. Maybe another step I can add is actually writing it down when I get down to my desk. Make sure that your actions, even the small ones, are aligning with your goals. And that in between the activities that you're doing or tasks that you're doing, have mindful transitions. I am done checking my emails for now. And I'm now going to work on this enrollment log. That mindfulness switch allows you to fully switch. At the end of the day, reflect. How did you do on your intentions? How can you be more purposeful and bring more meaning to your life tomorrow while giving yourself grace for today? And create that joy in your life by bringing purpose into your everyday life. Thank you for joining me today on The Joy Perspective. I hope this episode helped you shift your mindset and find a little bit more joy in your life. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss one. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at @MeetLaurenValdez for more inspiration and updates. I'd love to hear your thoughts and connect with you. Until next time, keep shifting your perspective and finding your joy.